Hello and welcome to your Independence Update. I'm Lauren Culver. During the week of September 8th to the 15th, the library is hosting several Storytime events. One event is the Baby and Me Storytime from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. This is for babies ages 0 to 12 months. Have fun with nursery rhymes, songs, tickles, bounces, and books, especially for baby. No registration is required. For more information, call Melissa Henry at 248-625-2212 or Henry M at indelib.org. On September 9th, Parks and Rec and Seniors is hosting the annual Bucks for Buses at Overtime Grill and Tap from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. This is a fundraiser to help support the transportation program. Enjoy an evening of dinner and entertainment. Log on to www.itpr.org or call 248-625-8231 for ticket information. Are you a business owner interested in networking more with your peers, customers, clients, etc.? The Clarkston Chamber is putting on their Business Over Breakfast at the Bird Feeder in downtown Clarkston. This will be a great way for you to meet with others in town in a casual setting. Call the Chamber office at 248-625-8055 to register. Do you love to talk about movies? A movie discussion of The Doll Maker will be held at the Clarkston Independence District Library. The Doll Maker stars Jane Fonda and is based on the book by Harriet Simpson Arno. This will take place on September 10th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. After the movie, a short discussion will take place. All are welcome to attend. Clarkston Scamp is hosting their 28th annual golf outing at the Fountains Golf and Banquet Center on September 11th. This will include a 4-person 18-hole scramble for men, women, and mixed. For both men and women. It will be a wonderful day of golf, games, food, and prizes. For questions, call Wendy Clefatos at 248-623-8089. The Clarkston Farmers Market is open on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Located at 6557 Walden Road. Come out and support local farmers offering a delicious selection of produce and more. Call 248-505-6846 for more information. On September 14th, the Clarkston Chamber is hosting the free monthly nonprofit roundtable at the Chamber office. These events are opportunities for area civic leaders and key volunteers to meet, share, and give and receive advice. And that should do it for this week's update. Enjoy the rest of your week, and as always, if you have a story or information you'd like to share with us on Independence Update, please contact us at 248-623-3661 or email us at update@independencetelevision.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you next time.
Hi everyone, Pat Kittle here, and welcome to the Independence Update. Hey, we're going to shake things up here a little bit today, and I invited Andrea Bedoin from Clarkston News in with us so that we can kind of get a different perspective of the news from the newspaper.
Thanks for having me, Pat. I know we do regular talks all the time, so it's nice to come along with you and do a show, maybe inform the township and the residents about what's going on in the community.
Perfect.
So
ask away.
All righty. So development in a lot of places. We have 2 main corridors in the township, and that's Dixie and Sashabaw. Mm-hmm. Can you start with Sashabaw Road and tell us a little bit about the development there?
Yeah, it seems like that the crunch time is over, where we didn't have much activity, during the economic downturn. But right now with things picking up, the economy picking up, interest rates holding, that we're getting a lot of activity, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay, good. And I know some of that activity is, we have some big news. We just had some construction along Sashabaw Road in Walnut. Can you tell us a little bit about those improvements?
Well, the road improvements are going gangbusters, and it looking like they might be done about a month early. This is the most difficult period right now in that Sashabaw is really closed one lane in each direction. And I know it's causing an absolute headache amongst drivers. But like everything else, we'll get through this quickly, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, they'll be able to start opening up a couple of lanes again and to help with the flow of traffic. But if there's anything that you can do in the meantime, probably the best thing was try to find an alternate route. That Sashabaw corridor is going to be jammed up for a couple of weeks.
Okay, but I mean, so is it going to be a couple weeks and the project will be wrapped up, or what can drivers out that way expect?
What I was told by Iafredi's site manager that they are expecting to be finished completely about the first week in October.
Okay.
And that's pretty much a full 30 days ahead of what we were initially told when we were speccing this project out.
Now, as is in Sashabaw Road, there's a lot of talk about development out there. There's, what, about 90 acres out there that...
190.
190 acres, excuse me, of undeveloped property. And what are some of the businesses and coming out on Sashabaw?
Well, the first and is probably the farthest along is a Starbucks, which is kind of my favorite because I do like my cup of joe in the morning. But again, we've got a 70,000 square foot rehabilitation center that's going to be built up by Clarkston and Sashabaw right behind the Rite Aid. The hotel is approved, the blueprints are approved, they'll be coming in for permits shortly. Right next to that, they're going to be building a small restaurant. Right next to that, there's going to be an office complex. So we're really starting to see a lot of action where we hadn't seen any for the past 5 years.
And there's kind of a ripple effect, right? So like if you build a business, then other businesses come and then it helps the area prosper.
You're absolutely right, Andrea. That does seem to be the case. But again, the big unknown right now is still McLaren.
Right.
Even if we get, these few properties coming in, McLaren is going to be the driver, and the developers are still holding out to wait and see what happens there.
Okay, well, along with business development, I mean, that brings us residents. So tell us a little about the housing industry in the last few years.
It's funny, if you would plot this out over time, get into 2006, 2007, 2008, where there was virtually no action. The last couple of years, we had about 300 houses built. And right now, over the next couple of years, it looks like we're going to have another 500 built. And, the developments are popping up all over. And from small ones, like on Walden Road, to some of the bigger ones on Mabee Road over there with Morgan Lake and Eagle Ridge, that's 230. We've got another one that we're going to be addressing probably by the end of the month, and that's Deer Hill, and that'll be another 90 units there.
Yeah, that's a hot topic there, and that's along Dixie,
Yep.
which also has its fair share of adversaries out there. And what kind of development we got out there?
I don't know if I'd call them adverse, but it's just, Dixie was the primary corridor in the township, and when all of the focus was put on Sashabaw, we kind of took our eye off the ball on Dixie. And we're trying to resurrect what's called a corridor improvement organization. It's not like a corridor improvement authority that gets tax dollars,
Right.
but it really is kind of a business group in terms of us meeting and identifying issues and opportunities, and what can we collectively do to try to spruce Dixie up a little bit.
Yeah, and that's in the master plan also, right? So you guys took in comments and considerations of the public and talked about how you'd improve signage and things like that, aesthetics, maybe put some crosswalks in and then different things like that. Also, what about the brownfield on the corner of the Dixie and 15 there?
Yeah, it's my understanding that a project was approved to go in there. We're still waiting on final site plans. But again, that's kind of an off again, on again thing, and I can't address the specifics right now just because I'm not sure of them. So
Right.
Why don't we wait on that one till the next session?
Okay, sounds good. Now, Parks and Rec are one of the major things in a community. It's like the gem. People just flock to different communities if they have a good Parks and Rec system. The supervisor, director, Ken Elwert, came along to the board not too long ago with a sort of wish list of improvements for the parks. Can you tell us a little bit about Ken's wish list?
Yeah, we went out and we walked every park, and we virtually, based on my legs that night, we walked virtually every square inch of those parks. And I challenged Ken, I says, come up with the wish list on if money was no object, what would you like to do, and then what priority would it need to be done in to try to make some sense. And like simple things like all of the bathrooms in all of the parks need to be redone.
Okay.
Some of them are not ADA compliant. Some are, but they're just old. They're getting and they just need to get them up to date and clean. And for the kids camp, they're basically working out of an old maintenance garage. We'd really like to clean that up. Again, this is at Clintonwood. The spray park, I don't want to say it's on its last legs, but it is definitely being held together with bubble gum and baling wire. So we're going to have to start thinking about what we're going to do to renovate that, and are we going to be able to renovate it, or does it have to be a complete rebuild? And because I guess that spray park was one of the first of its kind And
it's an exciting place. I mean, kids love
oh
to
my
go
God,
there.
there's kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just a blast to go down there and watch the kids running around. So,
In your opinion, I mean, what do Parks and Rec add to a community? Why are they important to a community?
to me, they actually are the heart and soul of a community. In terms of a community being able to provide the goods and services, that the residents want, that they flock to, and then based upon the tens of thousands of people that come visit our parks every weekend, it truly is mind-boggling. Ken and his team have done a great job, from the senior center to the recreational group, to just managing the parks. I think we truly are one of the jewels in Oakland County.
A lot of great parks to go visit, and the ice rink was put in last year. That was a great feature.
That actually was fun until the one day I was actually out there helping shovel it. And I fell on my backside, and I was kind of sore for a while. But you know what, though, it was fun, and the guys from Bay Court, who were actually maintaining it, really took pride in it, and really got a kick out of watching the little ones come down there and skate. And because we asked them to kind of step out of their comfort zone a little bit there and putting this thing up. And a lot of guys did a lot of nice things, and it really turned out to be a nice event and a nice function for the community to join in on.
Well, that's great. It's a lot of things to look forward to, and it's no longer a bedroom community. Independence Township is a growing and thriving place.
It really is. 20 years ago when, half the roads were dirt and, but today, with two major intersections right on I-75 and with urban sprawl being what it is, there are a lot of people who do want to live out in this community and enjoy the benefits that we have. And, I can't imagine that many changes happening on the north half of the community where we have a lot of the large country estates and the big acreage parcels. But on the south side, we're getting close to the max point right now. So we've got about 37,000 residents with this 500 new homes and some of these new businesses. We pretty think we're going to be maxing out at around 44,000 people before too long, and that's about all we can handle. So I think that that country living and then still offering some of the advantages of the more suburban type neighborhoods. It's a nice mix that I think will appeal to a lot of people and still maintain the integrity of the community.
Well, great. There's a lot going on in Independence Township, and we have a lot to look forward to. So,
yes, you do. There's more to come.
Yes. Anything else you want to add today?
No, it's just, we did have some fun this morning. One of the things that I've been asking Scott Banks and Matt Blow is to start to initiate, some programs that start to promote local merchants.
Great.
And we had our first one this morning at Andiamo's Trattoria on M15. And we were actually in there with Executive Chef Jim. And he whipped up a couple of dishes for us, and I kind of greeted everybody on TV at the front door and walked them in to meet Chef Jim, and in the kitchen cooking a couple things. And while I don't like spending a lot of time in the kitchen, I do spend a lot of time at the table.
Yeah, I checked out your show. It was great. You're natural.
And I can tell you, it's unbelievable what these guys can do with some natural ingredients and have some fun. And they truly do enjoy what they do over there. So.
Well, it's good for you. You can make dinner for your wife, your lovely wife.
I don't know about that yet.
Well, and also, I just a little bit here. Since Independence Television has come to Clarkston High School, what have you, the difference in programming, what have you noticed?
It's the types of programming, there's a lot more of them. The quality of the programming, I think, is as good as good as it gets, in terms of public access. Just to be able to say that all of the home football games, a lot of sporting events, parades, concerts, events in the community, we were never able to do that before. We just didn't have the manpower. Partnering with the schools allowed us to provide 120 kids a term, state-of-the-art equipment, with some of the best video experts in the planet with Matt Blow and Joe Barnhart, and then combining the skills that Scott Banks brings. It truly is, in my opinion, a marriage made in heaven, and I think the community's better for it.
Yeah, so I'm going to plan on doing a story about all the new updates that have occurred over the last few years. And thank you, Pat, for having me. I really enjoy sitting here talking to you. It's always a natural conversation, and we do it quite often, so I enjoy being on the show today.
Great, thanks. Glad you could make it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Let's
Thank you.
do this again. And again, Pat Kittle here, signing off, and thanks again for watching Independence Update.
Thank you.